"I know you have inspired and motivated others," Denzel Washington once said, his voice thick with emotion. "An offering from a sage and a king is more than silver and gold. It is a seed of hope, a bud of faith." Those words, spoken after Chadwick Boseman's passing, stunned the world. For many, it reframed everything they thought they knew about the man behind Black Panther. When Denzel revealed the quiet strength Chadwick carried during his final years, the revelation wasn't about tragedy, but courage. It wasn't about illness, but purpose. Chadwick Boseman had lived, worked, and inspired while carrying a burden few knew existed. To understand why Denzel's words resonated so deeply, we must return to the beginning. Before the applause, before Wakanda, before global fame, back to the foundation that shaped a young boy into a man who would redefine heroism both on screen and in life. Roots in Anderson, South Carolina. Long before Chadwick Boseman became a global icon, his story began in Anderson, South Carolina, a place grounded in community and quiet strength. Born on November 29, 1976, Chadwick Aaron Boseman was raised by parents who believed deeply in service and integrity. His mother, Carolyn, worked as a nurse, embodying compassion and care, while his father, Leroy, labored in a factory, teaching discipline and perseverance through example. As the youngest of three sons, Chadwick learned early the value of family, humility, and responsibility. Their home was filled with books, conversation, and history. Stories not meant for entertainment alone, but for understanding the world and one's place in it. These early influences shaped Chadwick's worldview, instilling a respect for legacy and truth. Even as a child, he understood that stories carried power and that how they were told mattered. Awakening through story and art. One book in particular left a lasting impression on young Chadwick, the autobiography of Malcolm X. Borrowed from his older brother, it opened his eyes to history, injustice, and resilience. This was not passive reading. It was a moment of awakening. Chadwick began to understand that storytelling could challenge systems, preserve truth, and ignite change. At the same time, he explored creativity through painting, sculpture, and writing, finding expression in both art and athletics. Though he excelled in basketball, his deeper passion leaned toward storytelling. Watching his older brother Kevin perform as a dancer planted a powerful seed. Sitting beside his mother in the theater, Chadwick felt the pull of the stage, the magic of stories that could move people emotionally and spiritually. That spark would grow into a lifelong pursuit, shaping every choice he made as an artist. Finding purpose through theater. As Chadwick grew older, storytelling became more than interest. It became purpose. In high school, after the tragic loss of a close friend, he wrote and performed a play titled Crossroads. The experience was transformative. It revealed how art could process grief, ask difficult questions, and offer healing. That realization guided him to Howard University, where he studied directing and immersed himself in storytelling with intention. At Howard, he was mentored by figures like Felicia Rashad, who recognized not only his talent, but his integrity. She encouraged him to pursue further training at the British Academy of Dramatic Arts in Oxford. Financial obstacles stood in the way until Denzel Washington quietly stepped in and covered the costs. That single act of belief changed Chadwick's life, opening doors that expanded his vision and deepened his commitment to meaningful storytelling. The long road of early struggle. After graduating, Chadwick moved to New York City, trading academic praise for relentless uncertainty. The city was unforgiving. Auditions were frequent, rejection even more so. He took small television roles on shows like Law and Order and Third Watch, understanding each opportunity as preparation rather than destination. At the same time, he remained devoted to theater, writing and directing plays that explored identity, history, and justice. These works were not created for fame, but for truth. Theater became his sanctuary, a space where his voice mattered. Though progress was slow, Chadwick never wavered. Each setback sharpened his craft. Each role built resilience. He understood that success was not owed, but earned through patience and persistence. Those years of struggle were not delays. They were the foundation of the depth audiences would one day recognize. Breakthroughs that changed everything. In 2013, Chadwick Boseman's career reached a turning point when he was cast as Jackie Robinson in 42. The role demanded discipline, dignity, and restraint, qualities Chadwick embodied effortlessly. His performance honored Robinson's legacy without exaggeration, earning critical and commercial acclaim. The following year, he transformed completely for Get On Up, portraying James Brown with electrifying intensity. These back-to-back roles demonstrated extraordinary range and commitment, establishing Chadwick as a rare talent capable of carrying history with respect. He didn't imitate icons, he inhabited them. Each performance reflected deep research and emotional honesty. Hollywood took notice, but Chadwick remained grounded. For him, these roles were not about recognition. They were about responsibility. He understood that portraying real figures meant preserving truth, and he approached each opportunity with reverence rather than ambition. Becoming the Black Panther. When Chadwick Boseman was cast as T'Challa in Black Panther, the moment transcended cinema. This was not just another superhero film. It was a cultural milestone. Chadwick recognized the weight of the role immediately. He insisted on authenticity, including T'Challa's African accent, understanding that representation must be rooted in truth. When the film premiered in 2018, it became a global phenomenon. Wakanda offered audiences a vision of African excellence rarely seen on screen. Powerful, dignified, and self-defined. Chadwick's portrayal balanced strength with compassion, authority with humility. For millions, especially young Black viewers, he became more than a character. He became possibility. Black Panther proved that representation matters, not as symbolism, but as substance. Chadwick carried the role with intention, knowing it would inspire far beyond the theater walls. Life beyond the spotlight. Despite global fame, Chadwick Boseman remained deeply private. He guarded his personal life, choosing substance over spectacle. His relationship with Taylor Simone Ledward was kept away from public attention, rooted in mutual respect and quiet strength. Chadwick also dedicated himself to philanthropy, particularly education and healthcare. He supported scholarships, mentored young artists, and visited children battling serious illnesses, all without publicity. Giving back was not a gesture, it was a responsibility. He believed success carried obligation. Those who worked with him often described his humility as disarming. He listened more than he spoke, observed more than he demanded. Fame never defined him. Purpose did. Even as his career soared, he remained anchored to the values instilled in him as a child: integrity, service, and gratitude. A silent battle fought with grace. In 2016, Chadwick Boseman was diagnosed with colon cancer. He chose to keep his illness private, sharing it only with close family. It was not secrecy, it was focus. He continued working through surgeries and treatment, delivering some of his most powerful performances, including Marshall, Da 5 Bloods, and Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. Colleagues were unaware of the pain he endured. He never sought special treatment or sympathy. When news of his passing broke in August 2020, the world was stunned. The revelation of his quiet battle transformed admiration into awe. Chadwick had given everything he had, choosing purpose over fear. His strength redefined courage, not as loud defiance, but as steady commitment to meaning until the very end. Denzel's words and an enduring legacy. Denzel Washington's tribute revealed the heart of Chadwick Boseman's legacy. He spoke not of illness, but of fullness, of a man who did all he could with what he was given. Chadwick's greatest role was not on screen, but in life. His legacy lives in the stories he told, the people he inspired, and the doors he opened for others. Scholarships now carry his name. Artists cite him as influence. Audiences remember how he made them feel seen. Chadwick Boseman did not just play heroes. He lived like one. His life remains a testament to courage, humility, and purpose. Long after the applause fades, his example endures, reminding us that true greatness is measured not by how long we live, but by how deeply we impact the world.